I'm pretty sure all of you know this comic by now, and if you don't know the comic, you probably experienced it. You have a corporation which is making something for its loyal customers. And the customers are really pleased, they're excited, they just can't wait to throw money at the company. But then you have a moral busybody, an activist, someone with a megaphone because they have access to the mainstream media or they have connections with the mainstream media, and they say, I do not like the thing, and you're a bad person if you do not address the fact that I do not like the thing. So these are a very, very small minority of people. And when the company goes, right, you know what, I'll change it just so you don't call me a bad person. Then the actual fans, they say, well, you know, this is not the thing we want, I'm going to look for a different thing, and obviously, like, the people who are really excited about the thing, they're also the ones that are very upset and can't articulate it properly. So the customer leaves. And then you also only have the activist, and the company goes like, hey, don't you want to buy the thing? It's like, nah, I'm not interested in the thing. I mean, the perfect example would be with Anita Sarkeesian, right? Like, she complains about Mario, which is a very popular game, and everyone likes it, and everyone wants to get their hands on it. And she's like, no, Mario is sexist. It's only made by misogynists. Because, and then it's like this really weird mental gymnastic with how Mario risking his life in order to save the princess actually gets women hurt in real life. And the solution to this is that artists are idiots. Artists are insensitive pricks, and they need the help of activists in their company. They need to pay activists hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to sit next to the artist and go like, I don't really like that. And that's not really good. Can you change that a little bit? And in exchange, they get cash. Give me cash to fix misogyny. Women are hurting in the world, and I can save it, but I need cash. The power of money. The power. So, what's interesting is that now you have people like the Quartering, like Razorfist, people like myself, people like Yellow Flash, so many others on YouTube, which are criticizing the activists, and they're criticizing the companies for catering to the activists. And what is the response? Well, the response is you have a group of people that are like, you're just like the activists. You just want the companies to hire you and give you millions of dollars, don't you, V? You're not really just interested in making the game in the way that the fans used to like. No, you have a hidden agenda. You're just as bad. You're just as bad. I'm just a concerned gamer, and I just think your criticism is just as bad. And then you have the other people, which are like, oh, dude, you don't understand. You need to be concerned about the higher politics. You need to, unless you open your own version of The Guardian, then you're not doing anything. You need to do the thing, V. You need to do the thing. And I'm like, oh, dude. Razorfist, in the last stream which he had, a stream which unfortunately is hours long, so I don't know how many people watched it from the beginning to end, but he had the perfect response for both of these people.
Hit the spot.
Dot hit the spot.
The gunslinger, recently Sargon and Louis Laveau, alluded to a civil war looming down the road. Do you think they're being blackpilled, or can we fix this in 20 years?
This is why I laugh when people say shit like, oh, you're just playing and reviewing video games. You're not really fighting the culture war. You know, you need to be, the implication being you need to be a political pundit. You need to be obsessed with adult things. You guys need to look up Antonio Gramsci. Gramsci is really the beginning of modern cultural Marxism. And Gramsci's stipulated that the purpose of taking over seemingly banal entertainment, at that time it would have been things like movies and plays and such, is not to propagandize. It's to block off avenues of escape from politics. They want everyone political, because as long as everyone's political, everyone's outraged. Which, in the Marxists' mind, which Antonio Gramsci was, this is ultimately going to spur the class conflict, and this fills the coffers of the communists, and down the road, it spurs the revolution. So I want to make this unequivocally clear. You can bash fucking the Quartering, Nerdrotic, whoever, the people who talk about the latest woke thing and then criticize it. They're doing more for the culture war and to stave off Marxism than pundits are.
Yes.
Straight up. Because the Marxist tactic right now is not to move politically. It's to move within the entertainment and cut off all escape. Gramsci wrote that what was happening with entertainment was that we were so comfortable in people in capitalist countries that were affluent. He was specifically talking about America, actually, in this case. No, he was talking about Great Britain, because Gramsci believed that Great Britain, of all the countries on Earth, was primed for a class struggle on paper. But he realized the revolution wasn't coming, and he basically decided that it was because, people were relatively prosperous and they were distracted by entertainment. So if you actually cut the Marxists out, if you expose the corruption of the entertainment and expel them from it, you actually create avenues of escape for normal people. You hear people say all the time, man, what happened even like 10 years ago? People just kind of minded their own business on politics and it didn't really matter. And now everyone's all keyed up on it. Well, social media is keeping us perpetually engaged to it. But more than that, the entertainment is having politics injected into it constantly.
So yeah, it's absolutely true. The phrase, everything is political, is a fascist phrase. Because that's not how society used to function. It used to be that you have a private life and you have a public life. And people should judge you for the public life, but leave you the fuck alone in your private life. I mean, that is why the argument of gay marriage even managed to win so much ground, because it's a liberal argument if you think about it. It's like, it's not my business what you do in your own bedroom. It's your house, it's your bedroom, it's two consenting adults. Why should it be illegal? Why should it be a problem, right? So that was the thinking, like people have a private life. But no, now everything is political, which means that what you do in your own house, if you say a joke on Twitter, if you do anything, then it is highly political. So you can't just have art anymore. Every time you make a video game, it's not just a character in a video game, it's a representative of a group. So if you treat the gay character improperly, you are going to upset activists on Twitter and you're going to get death threats and whatnot. And this makes for boring stories. But the purpose of this is to make sure that people are as polarized as humanly possible. Because the revolutionaries, they win no matter what. On one hand, they win because you have the progressives that are carrying water for the revolutionaries. And they're like, oh yeah, you're making a female-only Ghostbusters. Great. It's going to be the best thing ever. They don't watch it, they don't care about it, but they will give it free publicity anyway, they will carry water for it. You're going to have certain activists that get money, so their coffers are filling up. And on the other hand, you're going to have people who eventually will snap. Like, you're going to have people that can't take it anymore, and they will, I guess, send death threats on Twitter, or they will actually do something in real life, and that creates a great opportunity for the authoritarians to start authoritarianizing. Like, we need to police people from speaking so this never happens again. Give us more power. Give us power in Twitter. Give us safety and security council. Give us all of that. We need that to make sure that people don't joke anymore, because jokes lead to violence. You didn't like that previous violence, didn't you? So don't make jokes. Give us power. Give us more. So they're benefiting by hyper-polarizing people, by making sure people don't have an outlet to escape the political thing. And yeah, Razorfist is 100% correct, and I do support his gatekeeping initiative, which at first I thought isn't going to succeed or do anything, but given the level of assert on Twitter, I think that's a great idea. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.